morning. Thanks to Chris. We're using our imagination to lift your spirits this morning. Unity at Tampa. Sing it with me. Come on in. Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Where the Father waits with open arms, He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved. You'll find a place of rest and illumination where God within you helps you to light the way. But He knows the peace you need from the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Where the doors unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved. Home of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Unity at Tampa. Come on in.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy Sunday. Woohoo! Thank you for that. I like that greeting. Awesome. I can't leave myself alone up here, apparently. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to stop for a second. All right. So welcome new visitors. Welcome today. I know. We're going to get to why I'm dressed like this, I promise. This will all make sense to you soon. We are so happy to have any new visitors. Is anybody with us for the first time today? Yay! Hello. Thank you so much for coming. Julia's going to be seeing you, and she's going to bring you a flower. Not as big as mine, but we're going to have a gift for you. And after service, if you go to the back table, they'll get you a T-shirt. All right. Announcements. You can get your updated info from the Sunday Bulletin, the email newsletter, Facebook, our website. Please check in on social media, let people know you're here, and then please silence your cell phones after that. We would really appreciate it. And now the reason that I am dressed like this. I'm going to recite a poem first, and while I'm citing this magical poem, if my flower sisters would please come join me. Unity of Tampa, unity of Tampa, how does your garden grow? With lots of love, help from above, and donations our awesome congregants bestow. Hello, flower sisters. Vivian, would you please enlighten everyone as to why we're dressed like this? Yes, there you go.
Reverend Nancy, who practices what she preaches, set an intention. She said, when we move to the new church, we will get a new patio. But thanks to you, donations came in, and when it was time to build that patio, it was already paid for. So thank you in advance. The beautiful patio has been finished, kind of. The Garden Vision team was invited to the patio design, and we love the idea of the planters surrounding and the bench underneath it. So that's what we've come up with, and we ended up with a 30 by 20 foot planter that needs to be filled with plants. soil, irrigation, and we're like, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You know where I'm going? The idea came to us, as we have these great ideas, don't we? That we would create a 12 Powers patio. Okay? The Garden Angels decided to use earth boxes. So it takes 20 earth boxes to go that 30 by 20, and the soil and the plants. And we decided that if you could help us and donate or adopt one of the earth boxes, one of the 12 earth boxes, it would help pay for some of that. So that's why we are da-da-da-da-da. Take this as an example, because we have included every color of the 12 powers that represent the 12 powers. We will have signs that show the 12 power, the power that you have chosen, and we will also put your name on it. So for a mere $100, we can fill 12 of those 20 boxes. Now, you don't want to really give $100. It's a little bit too rich for your budget. Inflation is high. You can give less, and that'll help us fill the other 8 boxes that we've got. How many are adopted already? 3 of the 12. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today, choose your power. Give some cash, credit, or check to cover the 20 boxes. And guess what? The donation for the plants has already been covered by 2 very generous congregants. So let's just say, thank you very much. Okay, Candace has prepared a list of all of the 12 powers, in case you don't remember them and what they represent and what their color is. She has a list. So come up and see us after the meeting. And if you just want to sign up for your power today, you can. But if you want to sign up and pay, that's okay too. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Flower Sisters. Yay, that was fun. Yes, we have to have the Flower Power Sisters. All right, and going on, summer outreach. If you have any questions about this, please see Norma after the service. Community outreach collecting through July 14th, backpack and school supplies. A list of the supplies are on the back table, or visit unitytampa.org, or really just go to any shop and think about what you needed in school and make sure you buy those things. Yay. I don't think so today, right? Norma, did you want to come back up this week? Heck yeah, I'll even let you wear my glasses.
All right. Okay, this is show and tell, guys. See how much fun you have thanks to Elva. This is my first bag. This is our first bag. So, if you want to have some fun and buy some flowers or build a backpack, go for it. Thank you.
Woohoo! All right, and save the date, y'all. Friday, August 16th, 7:30. Music Bingo is returning. Name that tune style, so get ready for that. That'll be a lot of fun. It's our big summer event. I hope y'all can make it to that. Yay. Youth and Family Ministry summer events coming up. Kids Movie Night, Tuesday, July 16th at 5 p.m. Teen Spaghetti and Board Game Night on July 20th, 5:30. Why are we not doing this for adults? I want to go to these. Can we do some adults spaghetti nights too? That would be amazing. See Heather if you have any more questions or information needed about that. And last but not least, happy birthdays. And we have some really happy birthdays today. So Bobby Lopez, who watches online, today is her birthday, the 7th. So a happy birthday, Bobby. We hope you're watching and enjoying your special day. We also want to say a happy 80th birthday to AJ. His birthday is on Wednesday the 10th. He is also watching today. So a big happy birthday to you. We're very happy for you and your accomplishments, and thank you so much for watching. Derek Thomas, his birthday is 7/11, and I'm. Oh, sorry, Derek. We clapped over you. We were so excited for your birthday that we got an early start. So 7/11 is your birthday, and we're happy that you're with us. And Sheila Hensley, it's a happy heavenly birthday to her. July 11th. So we're thinking about you as well and hope that you are enjoying the other side for all of us. And that is it. Can we sing happy birthday to all of these people?
Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday to you.
Have a happy service, everyone.
Happy birthday. Thanks, Lisa.
All right, I cannot even compete with that. I am not wearing a flower. I don't look nearly as good as these people, but I am going to say I adopted love. So I took that 12 power, that power. And what other powers were adopted? Okay. And we already have, there are 4 on the wall out here, by the way. And for those of you who are new with us, the 12 powers are part of Unity. Unity has 12 powers that they believe everyone was born with. And they are all part of our physical makeup. And so we talk about them on occasion, but you'll see oftentimes banners with some of the 12 powers. So, yes, ma'am.
Release.
Okay, so we have release, love, and what's the third one?
Zeal.
Oh, zeal, of course. Julie, right? And Mark, yeah. Yeah, zeal. I figured as much. So thank you guys. Thanks for adopting, and I know we're going to have 9 more, and we're grateful to our awesome garden team and for doing all this work. So how's everybody today? Okay, so I'm going to just put this out there in advance. I was at the airport this morning at 3:50 in the morning. Had to get Melody up at 2 because she can't get ready fast enough. And our Heather, Melody, and a Venice sponsor, Unity in Venice, and another young man, they all met at the airport this morning at 3:50, and they got on a plane to International Youth of Unity Convention. So we have kids there, which is awesome. And they landed this morning at 8:30 our time, and they'll be there until Thursday afternoon. And then they'll be flying back. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to later remind you, I'd like you to keep all of these children that are flying from all over the world there. Since it's international, I want you to keep them in mind. They went to Unity Village in Kansas City, Missouri. And thank you for asking, because I didn't say that. They could have been anywhere internationally, and you wouldn't know. All right, our map. So we're doing really well. We are almost covering most. We're going to get there. Why? I don't see, yeah, we did Wisconsin. Okay, and we have Arizona. All right, well, if you know anybody, pick somebody from only those states, please. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jeffrey, are there any other announcements? Oh, the sun sale. We have a new sun sail over the patio. However, it's a couple feet short, so they've ordered us a bigger one, and hopefully that covers a little more space, but it looks beautiful, and it's one more step in our ongoing facility building and improvements. All right, let's say our affirmation together, please. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And our daily word today, Jeffrey, I'll have to pull it up on my phone. We don't have the correct one up here. I don't know what happened. Yes, beautiful. How beautiful. Let me read it off the phone, assuming I can quickly find it. Here we go. All right. Oh, in perfect for our message today. It says, beautiful. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. I see beauty in soaring mountains and rolling seas, in majestic forests and kaleidoscopic fields of wild flowers. I hear beauty in music, bird songs, and the laughter and conversations of people in fellowship. Searching beyond my senses, I discover a greater depth of beauty. The mundane items and landmarks I may take for granted take on a deeper beauty when my memories fill them with meaning. My dear ones become even more beautiful to me when I pause to remember our fondest experiences and the love that binds us. I move through each day with my mind and heart open. Now even the most ordinary items, places, and circumstances become more and more precious and beautiful to me. And all of us with unveiled faces, seeing the glory of the Lord as though reflected in a mirror, are being transformed into the same image. Isn't that beautiful? So awesome today. We're actually doing sort of a part 2 on our last week's message, so I hope you're going to like what I have in store. And before I hand it back to the band, I just want to say thank you for being here. It absolutely fills my heart when I look out there and I see new faces, familiar faces, and people who actually get up on Sunday morning and can join us. It's just an awesome thing. And I tried to get Jeffrey to drive us here at 4:30 right from the airport, but he said no, so I don't know what that was about. Anyway, let's turn it over to our awesome band.
That would have been 30 minutes before they usually get here. One, two, three, four. So it's a new month, folks, which means we got a new song for you. Can you dig it? Now, I thought, especially after your talk last week, Nancy, I thought it was kind of fitting to sing Join Together this month, whatever. Goes like this. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Sing, we are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Now we're singing peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. And back to love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. And sing, love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Joined together, together in love. Joined together, together in love. Yes, we trick you a little bit with the rhythm on that one, but we're gonna work on this song this month, I think, and we might have some changes in store. We might have some surprises with it.
Well, we had some clapping challenges.
Yes, and trust me, that is not you guys. That's the way that the music is written.
Even I got lost. I didn't know which way to hit it.
So it's
I
funny.
usually follow Alban.
Well, Jeffrey, of course, reminded me how long it had been since we'd done this song as a sing-along, and then when I got here this morning and we'd played it through, I thought, maybe that was why. But, like I said, we can always just turn a 3 into a 4, and then suddenly, like, balance is restored to the rhythm again. So that's what we're probably going to do.
Well, the good news is we're a clapping bunch, and we covered every beat. We were good, right? Are we good? All right,
You guys are great
look.
sports, thank you.
Look, the only people we have to worry about today are the new people. Okay? They saw people get up here with flower faces, and they think we have no rhythm. Other than that, we're good. All right, I have 2 awesome good news stories. Awesome good news stories. Thank you, Kathy Johnson, for these. She always tries to match them. Whatever Bobby Lopez gives her or anybody else, we try to match them with today's theme. And this is just perfect. So this first one is a young man named Mason Brandstrader. He was an avid runner, soccer player, and skier until 3 years ago. Age 17, he had a skiing accident and has been paralyzed from the waist down since. Devastated by the fact that he would never walk again, his parents urged him to focus on the positive during his recovery time at Denver's Craig Hospital. And by the way, Denver's Craig Hospital, I used to walk by it every single day. And it's a beautiful hospital, and it's all for spinal patients. After months of rehab and learning to face the struggles of being in a wheelchair, Mason started to say yes to his challenges. 3 years later, he works out in his wheelchair. He plays adaptive tennis and basketball. He swims, he surfs while strapped to a kayak, and he's training for his first marathon since he got injured. Now, most of us who are not physically impaired haven't done any of the above. So, it just goes to show you what you can set your mind to. Because it was always a dream of his to help others, Mason now shares his journey on Instagram. He has nearly 270,000 followers. His story has inspired those with and without physical limitations. He also returns to Craig Hospital, not as a patient, but as a mentor to those in a similar situation as he is. He said there were a couple of moments where people reached out to me and said, I used your method to do something, and it really changed my life, changed how I interacted with the world, changed my perception of this new normal. There's been multiple moments where I realized my dream of helping people has come true, and I'm living it out right now. Now, here's what I want you to remember about this guy. He opened his heart to the possibilities for something good to come from something bad that happened to him. And as most of you who know me and Jeffrey, between us, what we've been through in our lives physically, you know, that is sort of our mentality. That you say yes to every challenge and you stand up and you face it like a rock star and you overcome it. And we're living proof of that. So I want to just keep reminding you, it isn't just about those people, it's about all of us who have overcome things. The second one's awesome, too. I love this story. Many of you remember, if you were born back alive during 1960s, you probably remember this guy, Ed Dwight. He was selected by President Kennedy to enter an Air Force training program known as NASA's Astronaut Corps. When Dwight completed the program in 63, the Air Force recommended he join the Corps, but he wasn't selected. Facing an insurmountable amount of racial discrimination, he gave up his dream of being the first black astronaut in space, and he entered the private sector in 1966, where he dedicated his life to creating sculptures that depict iconic figures in black history. More than 130 pieces of his work have been exhibited in museums and installed in public places. Now, nearly 60 years later, at age 90, yes, 90, he was selected as one of the 6 civilians to travel to the edge of space on the Blue Origin flight last month, and he did it. At 90, he kept his heart open. He took that left turn in his life in stride. He became an accomplished sculptor, and although he isn't the first black astronaut in space, he's thrilled he was finally able to orbit the Earth. Is that the coolest story? Yeah, I love this story. Just like I love you. All right, here's what I want to tell you. We're doing something new thanks to Betsy Medina. And Betsy, Fernando, Robert, Miriam, and Reverend Virginia had a powwow on July 4th. And they started thinking of how do we help our country and how do we help our country come together. And she sent me a prayer from Ernest Holmes called Prayer for Our Country. I felt it needed tweaking to be comfortable for here. So I did an adaptation of it and changed things like I know to I affirm. And I had David put the flag on the stage. We're going to keep it there till the election because I want to remind everybody I do not care what party line you're on. I care that you have the right mentality to help us bring the world together no matter what choice you make. And this is the prayer I'm going to say it every Sunday. I just did this late night. And so I will put it up next week, and I'll also make copies in case anyone wants them. So I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes and listen to me as I read this shorter version of Ernest Holmes' prayer. I believe in the divine destiny of the United States of America, and then in the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression. I affirm that divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America. I affirm that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and the divine heritage of every individual in this country. I affirm that divine mind enlightens the collective mind, and that economic security and freedom can exist at the same time. I affirm that the all-knowing mind of God contains the answer to every problem which confronts our country. I affirm that every leader in this country is now directed to this all-knowing mind and the solutions that will ensure abundance, security, and peace for all. I affirm that spiritual democracy shall endure, guaranteeing personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression to everyone in this country. And so it is, Amen. I may keep tweaking it, but that's where we are as of whatever time it was. And thank you. We'll get ready for meditation now.
When I'm quiet in prayer, I open my heart. I open my heart. When I'm quiet in prayer, I open my heart. Hallelujah. When I'm quiet in prayer, I let go of fear. I let go of fear. When I'm quiet in prayer, I let go of fear. Hallelujah. When I'm quiet in prayer, I see only love. I see only love. When I'm quiet in prayer, I see only love. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So I want you to hold on to what we just heard. And maybe you sang the words. I see only love. I open my heart. I let go of fear. I see only love. Take a few deep breaths. And I want you to just let go, truly let go of anything that's on your mind. Just allow your heart and the rhythm of your heart to be the only thing you feel in this moment. And as you keep releasing and just gently breathing in and letting it go, and allowing your heartbeat to become a focal point, I would just invite you to listen to the words that I'm going to share, taking in what is right for you, letting go of the rest, trusting your inner compass. As I breathe, I focus my attention on the rhythm of my heartbeat. And I imagine all the experiences that I have had at a heart level. It is through my heart center that I create the potential for change to occur in my life. By letting go of any negative emotions that I've been holding on to. Feelings like anger, resentment, frustration, and hurt. I envision all of that negative energy leaving my heart space in this moment and allowing the light of God to purify my heart and help me let my light shine to the world, bringing forth the deepest healing that I may need. With my heart open, I can fully experience life. I can be present in every moment and I can express peace and love to others, including me. It is through the heart that each of us is connected, that place where our divine existence resides. It takes very little effort from me to connect with people when I am my authentic self. With a purified heart, I consciously choose what I allow to enter and what I allow to exit my heart. And with every breath, I reflect upon and release anything that is holding me back from being my best self in this lifetime. As I gently release whatever is holding me back, I experience a freedom that is mine to claim. And I begin my life anew with a fresh perspective. The more I'm willing to let go of the old stories I tell myself, and the old hurts, and the old anger, and the old frustration and resentment, the greater the chance for me to experience the powerful energy that allows life to flow gracefully in and through me. With an open heart, I remain spiritually grounded, and I rest now in the quiet of my mind, allowing these thoughts to flow gently in and through me. My heart is expanding. My circle is growing. As I gently bring myself back to this place and time, I feel refreshed and relaxed. And as I slowly open my eyes, I acknowledge the peace I feel inside. Good morning, Melody, Logan, and Everett. None of them are around today. So last week, we learned about becoming an instrument of love, and we talked about how filling our hearts with love and being attuned to our divinity would help us grow spiritually. So today, as I said earlier, is a bit of a part two, because in order for us to demonstrate that beautiful instrument that we are, we have to be willing to open our hearts for change to actually take place in our life. We can't play our instrument with the same old attitude. So if we fill it with love and we learn how to open ourselves to change, we can transform ourselves. Throughout our entire life, everything from our relationships, our jobs, our clothing, our hairstyles, our vehicles, our homes. Everything changes. And those are all welcome changes most of the time because we orchestrated them. We had the desire, we made the change, we orchestrated those things. But it's a whole lot harder to transform and make changes when change is forced upon us. For example, you moved into a new place, to a new location. Yes, you're going to open your heart to possibility and embrace change, right? But whether you lose a relationship, you lose a job, you lose anything in your life changes, it puts us into this place immediately of being afraid. Fear can be so paralyzing. And the truth is, and I'm here to testify to that fear is where we get our greatest power, if we can face it head on. There are lots of reasons for us to be afraid in life. But when we're afraid, our heart is like this. It starts to harden. And we don't feel free. So we have to get to this place where we can, whether we desire the change or not, we can manage it and navigate it with grace and allow transformation to occur. Now, you may not admit it, but one of our biggest challenges in life is we're always wanting other people to change so we can be comfortable. We want them to change everything from their beliefs to their jobs, to their clothing, to the choices they make and the things they say, attitude, food. We're always the people telling everybody else how to eat. It's the craziest thing. People that don't even eat with you tell you how to eat. I find that so interesting. It's like, I'm sorry, do you know me? And first of all, don't tell me to give up chocolate. That doesn't happen. Dark chocolate may be the only thing I eat if I were to be on my way out of this world. But I'm not giving up the things I love. Time and time again, we find ourselves frustrated by the same people. And we spend hours upon hours talking about them. Why can't they this? Why won't they that? Why can't they change their ways? If we only spent half that amount of time transforming ourselves and doing a better job on us, this whole world would be healed. One of my favorite examples to share on this topic, and you may have seen it many moons ago, but I love to bring it up every 3 or 4 years. A British man named Nick Cruz, who grew tired of his 3 children, constantly disappointing him and his wife. He decided to write them a letter that went viral many years ago. It became known as the Cruz Missile. And I'm going to read you the letter because there's a point to my sharing this. It's not to fill time, I promise. Dear all 3, with last evening's, he's British in case I didn't say that. With last evening's crop of whinges and tidings of more rotten news, for which you seem to treat your mother like a cesspit, I feel it is time to come off my perch. It is obvious that none of you has the faintest notion of the bitter disappointment each of you has in your own way dished out to us. We are seeing the miserable death throes of the 4th of your collective marriages at the same time we see the advent of a 5th. We are constantly entertained with chapter and verse of the happy, successful lives of the families of our friends and relatives, and being asked of news of our own children and grandchildren. I wonder if you realize how we feel. We have nothing to say which reflects any credit on you or us. We don't ask for your sympathy or understanding. Mom and I have been used to taking our own misfortunes on the chin and making our own effort to bash our little paths through life without being a burden to others. Having done our best, probably misguidedly, to provide for our children, we naturally hope to see them in turn take up their own banners and provide happy and stable homes for their own children. Fulfilling careers based on your educations would have helped. But as yet, none of you is what I would confidently term properly self-supporting. Which of you, with or without a spouse, can support your family, finance your home, provide a pension for your old age? Each of you is well able to earn a comfortable living, provide for your children, yet each of you is contrived to avoid even moderate achievement. Far from your children being able to rely on your provision, they are faced with needing to survive their introduction to life with you as their parents. I am bitterly, bitterly disappointed, Dad. Now, this guy got so much attention from parents who felt like him that it was unbelievable. It was viral in a matter of hours. And it became famous for all this hate he spewed toward his children. Now, here's what I want you to think about. While everybody cheered for this guy and said, finally, somebody spoke up, okay, I want to ask you something. Where was there room in his heart for change to occur? Because even if every one of those kids turned their act around and did something to make him happy, he would have never had the ability to see it. Because when you're that angry, that resentful, that disappointed, what happens is you don't have the capability, even when somebody is tap dancing in front of you to a different tune, you don't have the emotional or mental capability to see it. Now, one of his children, by the way, did seem to take him seriously, but the reason I also shared this was to say to you, every one of us here has either thought or written a cruise missile to somebody. I guarantee if you didn't mail it, you wrote it. And if you didn't write it, you thought it. Somewhere in your life, somebody was about to get the cruise missile or dead. And the important part to understand with that is that when we do those things, we have little desire to open our hearts for change to occur. All we want to do is vent. Get it out there, tell the world off, tell this person off, and then that's it. Whatever they do with it is fine, is what we say, but it's not true. Because we actually do care what they do with that. Here are 3 examples of how this may have shown up for us. So let's say you were disappointed in a family member or a friend, and you told them, and you never let the hurt go. You've been carrying it around for decades. Even if that person tried to make amends and move forward, you have likely been incapable of observing their efforts to create change unless it looked like what you expected. So if you were waiting for an apology and you got one, maybe you're happy now. But if what they do doesn't look like what resonates to you, no matter what they do, there's no winning. Another example is perhaps someone told you how you hurt them by something you said or did, and your response was to add insult to injury. Just to fire back at them. Tell them why they're just a loser themselves. And you weren't able to listen with your heart to whatever was going on. How can change occur if we're not open? And finally, let's say you've been feeling overlooked in your job and you told your manager, you know, I'm underutilized. I don't feel valued here. And you've acted negatively ever since you spewed that. What are the chances you're ever going to be looked at for a better opportunity? So we're constantly self-sabotaging and keeping our heart closed in these situations. And as people who are of God, we have to have a divine light in there that is brighter than that rhetoric that goes on in our ego. We have to learn to live and act and talk to people and treat them from our heart. From a spiritual perspective, the heart is considered the center of our being, the core of our divine self, the place from which we pray and commune with God, and the place from which our greatest wisdom resides. This week, on Tuesday, I sent Janet the information for the takeaways for today, and I always create the outline to give her so she can get the newsletter ready. And don't you know, 2 days later, the Daily Om sent out a message. If you received the Daily Om, you saw it. It was entitled Open Heart. And I thought it was interesting. I'd chosen this topic, and the universe sends me this message about open heart. And in that Daily Om, it referred to our hearts as the seat of our consciousness. The seat of our consciousness. It said the heart actually has its own central nervous system and is not under the rule of the brain, as many people believe. The message went on to say that approaching life with an open heart means we've opened the door to the greatest consciousness to occur. And it said, think of it as shifting your attention to your heart to return to your true home. The heart is such an important part of our spiritual existence that the word heart appears 826 times in the Bible. Guess how many times the word brain appears? 0. 0. Even Jesus' Sermon on the Mount included emphasis on purity of the heart and the importance of God's children acting like God. Author Michael Singer, in his book, The Untethered Soul, refers to our heart as one of the masterpieces of creation. And he shares his belief that we experience life through the energy shifts of the heart. So if our heart is hardened, then our energy in life is kind of negative. And if our heart is open, then our energy is positive, and our life seems to go better. So I'm going to ask you to think about where you are in this moment in time in your life. Is it time for you to let go of things you've been storing and open your heart? Michael Singer suggests, and I wanted to share this with you. He says that we not only experience life through those shifts, but I love that he said we are the experiencer of the heart. So whatever's going on in the heart, he says, we are experiencing in our real life, which is why I feel we harden our heart when we're angry. He suggests that we move through life, as we move through life, our experiences are processed through our senses. Our heart is a center for those energy patterns to be stored, and our heart opens and closes both literally and figuratively. Pope Francis once spoke about the importance of having an open heart full of compassion, and he said this. I loved it. A hardened heart leads to quarrels, to wars, to selfishness and to the destruction of each other because there is no compassion. He then pointed out that we should ask for the grace of having a heart that is not hardened and full of ideology, but rather open and compassionate in the face of what is happening in this world. Co-founder of Unity, Myrtle Fillmore, said something similar 100 years ago. We are to concentrate all our attention upon the truth of God and the truth of our own being, upon the very things we would see taking place in our lives. And we cannot do this as long as we have negative thoughts in our heart. The bottom line is this: when our hearts are blocked, we are incapable of seeing the spiritual good in anyone, including ourselves. Negative energy patterns are going to prevent us from moving forward and from creating space for change to occur. However, when our hearts are open, we are going to feel that positive energy begin to flow. And when that happens, we will open ourselves up for something new to actually occur in our life. Let's review today's lessons. Opening our hearts for transformation requires the following. Make time daily for self-reflection. Pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that you have. Number 2, release all negative energy. It provides no value to us. Number 3, monitor what flows in and out and be energized by that positivity. And number 4, see everyone as divine beings. Your light will be brighter if you do. Our affirmation for today is, I am opening my heart. Let's say that together. I am opening my heart. And I love this quote from Michael Singer. Life is surrounding you with people and situations that stimulate growth. You don't have to decide who's right and who's wrong. You don't have to worry about other people's issues. You only have to be willing to open your heart in the face of anything and everything and permit the purification process to take place. Let's take that in. So we pause now to reflect upon the gift of being able to open our heart by choice, by releasing all of the negativity and the hurts, by allowing change to occur in our lives, allowing ourselves to be transformed as those divine spiritual beings. And once we do, our instrument will play music no one could ever imagine. And so it is. Amen. I would like to ask for your prayers for Vivian and her family. Vivian lost her brother Donnie on July 4th, and she could use our support and our prayers. And I asked you, it's hard for me to look at you with your flower. She's now a watering flower. But we love you, Vivian, and we're sorry for your loss. And we're all going to hold that consciousness for your family's healing. I'd also like to ask you, as I did earlier, to keep our youth and our sponsors, not just from Unity of Tampa, but from all the unities all over the world, in your prayers. That's a lot of kids in one place, and we want all of them and the adults to stay safe. And big shout out to AJ, not only because it's his birthday, but because I know you're still going through treatment, and we're all here to support you. So just know that we are standing here waiting to support whatever needs you may have. All right, if you have a prayer need, please fill out a prayer card. We are great prayer people, and we will get everyone on your list prayed for. There's a prayer box on the left when you walk out the door. There are cards in the back of the seats. If you're online and you're one of our online family, just go to the website and submit the prayer, or you can call the prayer line. All right, let's say our giving affirmation as we believe here that we are powerful and prosperous already. And this is not only for Unity of Tampa, but for all of you. And if you ever want to contribute to Unity of Tampa, there are many, many ways for you to do that. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good, now flowing forth to meet our every need. And so it is. Let's bring in our beautiful children.
Feeling good, like I should. Went and took a walk around my neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got the sunshine on my Sunday best.
All right, good morning, everybody. You will notice that it's not Heather again this morning. There's a very good reason for that, as we may have already talked about. Heather, along with Mel, have now arrived in Kansas City, and they're on their way to Unity Village for the national equivalent of the youth rally called IY, which is international as well, yes. Thank you.
Be nice to Mark. He was at the airport with us this morning.
I was going to say,
too.
I like certain other people here. I did ask if Jeffrey was still sleeping somewhere. I saw you back there, yeah. I did ask because we were all at the airport at 10 to 4 this morning, sending them off. So they did arrive safely, and we'll have a report more on that next week. Heather will be back the week after next, so you've got to put up with me for 2 weeks. So the younger folk, well, why don't you talk about what the younger folks did today?
We were talking about how God's children are welcome in heaven, and it is the cheerfulness of the love within your hearts. That is what keeps you childlike and happy. And we also talked about what calms us down, because we were talking about swimming with these two. And back there, I have forgotten, so I apologize terribly, Sebastian, but we all were talking about how we calm down at the end of the day.
I hear shopping was mentioned by some people as well. Yeah. You are your mother's daughter, Aurora. And the Uniteens and YOUers who are here this week, we talked a little bit about the presence of God, and specifically about the presence of God with perception. We talked about the idea, in fact, building on the quote that was in the order of service this week, we talked about the idea that when things happen, it's our perception that determines the outcome, not those things themselves. So we talked a little bit about how perception is about writing your own story, and how writing your own story creates the image that you want and the outcome that you want to get a positive outcome out of whatever it is that's happening. And next week we're going to be talking a little bit about those voices in your head and how to help manage them within the idea of writing those positive stories. There's a fact sheet coming, don't worry, Nancy, I'll share it with you. And with that being said, let's bless everybody here. We love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ within you. We love you, we really, really love you. Mwah.
Is open to you. Find a way to open your heart. God's instrument always. You are enough always. Heaven is waiting right here. See now the whole world anew finds a way to open your heart. Whatever's happened to you finds a way to open your heart. Open your heart. Always, you are God's instrument. Always, you are enough. Always, heaven is waiting right here. We are God's daughters and sons. Find a way to open your heart. We are now here as one. Find a way to open your heart. Open your heart. Always, you are God's instrument. Always, you are enough. Always, heaven is waiting right here.
That song, of course, from the late John McEwen, our own music director from here at Unity of Tampa, Open Your Heart. And it just happened to be, even talking about being God's instrument, it's the perfect song for this morning. So thank you, John. We'll stand and sing the peace song, if you would.
Let here be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now let's join together in saying the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here today.